Welcome to Karmic Woof. Hi.
Hello, hello. We are here.
We are here. We are here. Have you
And
ever
it's
seen
Monday.
Horton Hears a Who? You know, we are here. We are
We are
here.
here.
It's
We are
a whole,
serious.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Really is. Which leads me to a whole bunch of habits about being human and being like I'm real and I'm gonna pinch myself and I'm gonna know and then
Mm.
I'm gonna prove it to everyone else that I'm real. For real, no. No, thank you. I don't
I
want
do
it
that.
anymore.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot of habits as of late,
Oh my Lord.
mostly
So
my own.
that class that we had on
Oh,
Saturday.
that was huge. That was huge. Yeah. One of the
So
best, I think, that I've been participating in all of them, but it's one of my favorites. So
yeah, you really participated. I thought that was amazing.
yeah, I
Um,
didn't even get tired. Usually I get tired in hour two and I get low energy and then I have to like focus and like get
yeah,
my focus going. But this was like 3.5 hours and I was engaged the entire time because it was just so impactful.
totally. It was huge. Um, the sentence, those are conditions and conditions change.
Hmm.
I mean, if you don't like the emotion that you're in, wait 5 minutes. I'm sorry, wait 90 seconds.
And then change your environment too.
Well, the emotion only lasts for 90 seconds.
90 seconds, right?
And then it only happens that we feel that way if we re-trigger it, if we reignite it, if we redo it. So I thought about that and I was like, oh my gosh, these conditions only last for so
90
long,
seconds.
you know, just not very long at all. I mean, those conditions can change every time you get up and move around, every time you look at something different or look at the same thing in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
Well,
way,
yeah, it
I'm
is huge.
Starbuck Jones.
I'm Jason Lancaster. We're your hosts.
Hi,
We're
it's
here.
nice to see you.
Yeah. Welcome to our show of Karmic Wolf.
Oh, thank you for being the audience.
Yeah.
Um, so there were people that had questions and
Hmm.
it really hit everybody. Like it really hit everybody. So
Oh, really?
for
Okay.
probably that day, Bonku and I had very little conversations. You know what I'm saying? Nothing big. Um, but I started to read him some of the questions that I had, and I was like, oh no, I that was answered inside the thing. Oh, that was answered inside the thing. That was okay. So really the only question that I had was about me, myself, and I and my purpose. And I was
Yeah. I
like,
get that.
oh, how narrowly focused I am. Maybe I should go and think about that some more because that's really, really stupid. Um, but really, he answered everything inside of that class.
Yeah, he did. Because I was having questions and then but he would cover the questions before I had asked the questions. And I've learned over the years that usually he does that.
And if we just let it sink in
Sink in. Yeah.
and it'll go through our filters and we'll be able
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
we'll,
So I
we'll
don't
know
need to like,
more things, right?
ask a million questions that we just covered during the call and make it
That's
5 hour show.
that's his encapsulation for us.
Yeah.
It the information is always, always, always there, but
Yeah.
it's our filters that block us from being able to understand it.
That's powerful right there.
Right? It
I
is
mean,
so cool. Like I
yeah,
love,
we're always blocking everything. Yeah.
oh, for real.
Yeah.
So I started to think about it in terms of Max.
Hmm.
Maxes. my son, my 14-year-old son, special needs. He is bigger than life on so many levels, including height. Um,
Yes.
he his hour, which is our secret world, our internal thoughts, is
Mhm.
outside.
Yeah.
He says them all day long.
Yeah.
So I thought about that and I was like, if I can hear him and that's annoying, like, and sometimes it is, you're trying to concentrate on something and
Sure.
somebody is,
Repeating themselves constantly. Yeah.
and I thought about that and I said, oh my gosh, multiply that by 6 realms times billions.
Yeah.
And that's
That's in
what
here.
Bonku hears.
Oh, that's a Bonku here. Oh God.
Whew.
See, I owe him another apology. I'm the apology guy today.
So I thought about that and I was like, the last thing that he wants to hear is my mind.
No kidding. Especially if you're hearing
I
everything.
have to clean that up. Like that is the
Yeah.
last thing that he wants to hear because he hears everybody else's. He doesn't want to hear mine on top of it, you know? Like I live with him. Like that's so I have to clean this up. Like no more chatter.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, gosh, that's really quiet. And then I started to hear others and their chatter. And
Really?
it
Oh, that's
was
good.
so big. It was too big and I couldn't turn it down. So I had to go back to just just being me.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
I'm adjusting my awarenesses, but not expanding them, not growing them, not doing anything, just
Right.
barely in
Just
there.
passively being you.
Right.
Right.
And then I started to notice my own chatter and I went, I hate that. So I went too far back. So now I have to inch my way forwards until I can get to a point where it's a dull roar,
Right.
like it's okay if I hear it. It's okay if that's there. I can help other people if I can hear them.
No kidding. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So,
that's the goal. That's where I'm trying to get to.
and, but being able to filter that so that it's not so overwhelming.
Yeah, I get
Um,
that.
some people say that that's how an empath feels, or that's how a psychic feels, or
Sure. Yeah.
it's all at once. And I think that that might be because their Sambhogakaya is turned up,
Oh yeah, and they're feeling. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
They're all in their feelings, and it's too loud, and then it closes in on them because it's just too much. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's overwhelming. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So I thought about that and I said, okay, how can I just sit with this? So overwhelm for me is fear.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some people say that it's not fear for them.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a weight,
No. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't bother me too much.
right? But fear,
Right.
I'm
But
not okay
fear,
with.
yeah, that bothers me a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
So I followed the instructions for the class
Sure.
and I not only was able to hear it, but it wasn't devastating.
Oh, okay. That's good. Progress.
What? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
sit with this. I can do this. Um, working through the morning routines. Uh, Maxie has this habit of he will check to see if I'm awake, and if I'm getting up, he will race me to the kitchen and he will try and steal something because that's just where he's at. Like
Yeah.
whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. But I thought about this and I said, okay, if I can fill the house with good snacks and things that I don't mind him eating, would he still race me to the kitchen?
That's a good point because then you don't mind.
Right. Well,
Well, I guess
so
you do because he'll go through all of it. But
exactly. If
right.
he eats a pound of grapes, at
Yeah,
7:30 in
that's
the
going to be
morning,
bad.
by 11 o'clock, he's not going to be feeling too great.
Right.
So I thought about that and okay, everything in moderation, right? How do I
Right.
teach him moderation? Well, how do I
Yeah,
teach
that's a tricky.
myself moderation?
Uh, that's a good
Like,
point.
we all have addictive behaviors.
Yes, which I call
Like,
obsessions.
yeah, some
Yeah.
people are addicted to meth or
Mhm.
cocaine or, whatever it is
Whatever.
that they're
Yeah.
addicted to, right? But they're not really addicted to the substance. They're addicted to the feeling that they
The
get
feeling.
from the substance.
Right.
So if they could replace that with something else, then they would
Yeah.
be addicted to that.
And a healthier person at that.
So I thought about that. What would be an equivalent of cocaine? Well, it it gets you going, right?
Right. It's like a high, but it's energy. It's like not that I've ever done it, but that's just my
Me
assumption.
either. So I really don't have a basis other than, what I've seen on TV or what friends
Right.
have told me that it's like I knew somebody that she would do a whole bunch of cocaine and then clean her house top to bottom.
Which is a good thing.
Except
In moderation.
right, but except she was doing a whole bunch of cocaine and, her nose
Yeah,
was
that's not a
starting
good thing.
to get it.
Right.
Yeah. Um, so I thought about that. Would that be like, would they get the same kind of feeling if they went skydiving?
Yeah, that's a high. Sure.
Right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's an adrenaline rush.
Right. Yeah,
So
there it is. That's adrenaline rush. Yeah. And then they get the
so
endorphins too, because they feel
right,
good. Right.
exactly. So then I was like, okay, well, if I have addictions to dopamine and serotonin and all of these things, right? If I can replace them with something else that I want more, what would that look like? I'm still working through that.
Mhm.
Um, this whole bliss thing, I'm like, I don't get it.
Never really got it. Like I know it's a thing,
It
and I go,
is.
it must mean something different than I think it means. Is I don't get it. I mean, I
Why
don't
would I
feel it.
want that?
Right.
Why would I want that? I don't even know what that is. Why would I want it?
Right.
Um,
Like to me, it means fantasy land, but that's not the meaning. But I mean, it's happiness and
so
joy, and sheer pleasure. Like the God's world. That's what I think of. Like they don't have a care in the world.
so I don't necessarily think it's pleasure.
Not pleasure. Okay.
And that's where I get hung up.
Maybe self contentment. I don't. Yeah.
Like,
I get
the
Bonku
only
to
thing that I can
translate.
think is that, yeah, Bonku's definitely going to have to translate this one because, like, what? Um, you can do anything at any time for any reason. Um, but like, I mean, in Void, when you're a Bonku, you can create something, you can, smooth it over here, which means you would destroy something over here to create something over here. But
Mm,
it's just a gesture. You know what I mean? It's
right.
not like you're tied to the outcome or you know what I mean? And I think that's what the bliss part is, that you're not tied to the outcome,
I like that. Okay.
right? So I'm like, all right, well, if that's the case, how can I live my life not tied to an outcome?
Interesting. Yeah.
Good question. I don't know. I don't know because every time I look at a project,
I do the
I
outcome.
am focused on the outcome. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
don't know how not to be focused on an outcome. They say it's the journey. What,
Well, yeah, but you take a journey, you're like, I'm going to go to San Francisco. And then you're going to look at a map and it's going to say, focus on San Francisco. And where you focus, that's where you're going to go. And I'm not going to go to San Francisco with a map going to, you know, Chicago.
it's going to take you a hot minute to
Long
get there.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could, but that's, I guess you, like you said, it's part of the journey. The journey is going to take forever. And maybe it's because we're in such a hurry to get from here to there. We don't take the journey into consideration.
So I think what we're doing is exactly what you said.
Yeah.
We're going to Chicago. We're saying, I am going to San Francisco. I am going to be enlightened. But
Yeah.
first, I'm going to stop off at all of these other crappy places. Not saying Chicago's crappy. I'm just saying, whatever, don't judge.
Right.
I'm just saying that it's not San Francisco. It's not enlightenment. You know what I
Right.
mean? So if if I can just be on the path, the way, if I can just do the way, I will get to enlightenment and everything else will come into focus.
Right. Because all of those places might have something you need to get to where you're going.
Right. But see, but that's the thing. Like this is we say that we're you've heard those songs where you're like, uh, we packed up the car and we drove to the next town and that's
Oh,
where we
yeah,
stayed.
like the Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah. Loaded up the truck and moved to Beverly. You know.
Right. But
Right.
they but they meant to go to Beverly Hills.
They did. Yeah.
But we're just basically packing up the truck and moving a couple towns over. And that's where we
Yeah.
get stuck.
That's true. Yeah.
Ew, no, thank you.
I don't want to go there. I know about that place.
Right? I've been
Right.
there. I don't want to be there anymore. Now
Right.
okay, I want to go to San Francisco. Let's go to San Francisco. Everybody can go to San Francisco. But why? Why would we want to go to San Francisco? Okay, you know what? If that is where you're at, you need to question it. That's cool. But I am going to go over here. And then it's all this, why? Why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
important over there?
Is that our addiction to having to assign meaning to everything?
Yes.
I mean, that's addiction. This has to mean something, or I can't do it. What's the point in that?
Why? Why? Why do I have to have a why?
Yeah.
Well,
Why? Yeah.
okay, yes, I have a why. Do you need to know it in order for you to move forward?
No.
I had a really great conversation with somebody, um, and it started out in text. And I'm not good with text. Either I'm too harsh or I'm too flimsy or somebody says something and I'm like, uh, oh, okay. What did that mean?
So you
So
come across cold, basically, is to the other person in your text, is what I'm
and
saying. Yeah.
and they do the same for me. So I'm like,
Sure. Sure.
none of this. I don't want any of this. So I
I
started
think
doing
that's just text. Yeah.
voice messages back and forth. And it changed what I was trying to say. It was so much
Right.
easier for me. And I went, okay, that makes sense. Because I'm focusing on being more articulate when I'm speaking. There we go. So I realized that one of the processes that I have isn't necessarily why, it's how.
Oh,
How
yeah. Okay. I get that. Okay.
how do I get from here to there?
Yeah.
The why happens along the way.
Have that issue now. I'm supposed to do this. And it's like I think I know how to do it. Like I know all the steps you need to do to get from here to here. My experience though is lacking, and I really have to have no experience if my knowledge is actually adequate enough to get me from here to here. So then I'm constantly going, how? And that's the unknowing that I'm constantly going through. Now, what
Oh,
happens to me is I'll get to a point where I get so unknowing on how to get here from here to here it disrupts the one thing I care about most in my entire structure up here, and that's security. As soon as my security gets threatened, I'll like
Oh,
cut tail and run. Yeah, it's like I'll just quit, move, and protect my security. Even in that, and that notoriously prevents me from seizing opportunities that are right in front of me constantly. And then I'm always looking for a new opportunity and a new opportunity, and it keeps doing the same thing. And it always
right.
boils down to how do I get from here to here? And now I read books and I know I've looked this up and researched that, and but I don't have the actual experience to get from here to here,
Because you
and
haven't
that trips me up.
actually taken
Done
the
it
steps
right.
to, okay,
So now
okay.
I'm forcing myself with all the tools to actually take the steps, even because I found myself the other day taking all the habits that I have on this whole security thing. My security got threatened, and I found myself cutting the thread and moving back to protect the security. And I'm sitting there going, is it really security? Like I was looking at the security going, what security am I think I have that I'm going to lose? And I
Right.
come to the conclusion that that's all it's like a fantasy. It's something I built up as a security that really isn't a security, and I'm trying to protect this thing that really doesn't exist, and it's stopping me from having experiences to protect a fantasy that
Yes.
I think is real because I turned it into a real thing, focused on it so much. And that's like my biggest fear is losing this security, and I'm going to cut ties with this where I finally get the opportunity to get where I want to go, but that's too scary. I don't know how to get from here to here, which I call annoying. So I found myself right in the middle of cutting the thing down. I did a mow roll. Mow roll's like, yeah, don't do that. Do this instead. Go towards the thing that you want to cut, and everything's going to be great. And I'm like, yeah, of course you'd say that. So, so I did. I turned it all around, and I fixed. I got halfway through the cut, but I had to go do some damage control. I did damage control, and it turned actually what I did to protect myself was actually the thing that actually needed to happen to move me forward. Because it what it did is it helped me do the other thing I don't like, which is create boundaries and then exercise them in a healthy manner.
That's
I didn't even I
awesome.
wasn't even looking at that. But in the midst of me cutting and then stopping and contemplating this thing and going back and fixing it, it created and established boundaries which improved relationships, which it was
Wow.
horrible and excruciating because I had to be vulnerable, which is the other thing I hate. Like I had to admit that I don't know stuff. And they're like, that's cool. Who knows? I don't know anything. I don't know stuff, but you know more than me. And I'm like, okay. As long
And
as we have
that
that
is how
understanding,
you stay ahead. That's how you lead.
right,
As long as you know more than the person asking the question,
right,
you can guide them through anything.
through anything, which is part of the how. That's part of the how that
Yes.
I was missing. And it was just me stopping for a moment, stopping my habits in its track of protecting this house of cards that I call my security, uh, to realize that I'm in this pattern and I need to, in order to move forward, I need to face this vulnerability and I need to actually open up and be vulnerable in front of people, which is like the scariest thing in the world, and admit that I don't know something, which for me is like, that's like, you don't do that. Then you're useless. Your reputation's gone. That's part of the house of cards.
We were having a conversation the other day. I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
How do
And
I
you're counting on the table. I don't know what I don't know.
exactly like how am I supposed to move forward if I don't know what I don't know? Oh, wait. Yeah, I've got tools for that.
Right.
Going into my awarenesses, using my discriminating wisdom, um, using my mirror like wisdom, using my all of the things, like
A lot of things. Yeah.
figuring out which element needs to be tweaked where and when.
Mm-hmm.
I have control over that. I have the
Yeah.
power. Nobody else can do that for me. If
Right.
they do, and I don't control me, then someone else is controlling my mind. No, thank you. I don't want that either. oftentimes I will find what I don't want before I find what I want.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, it helps you, I guess, find out what you want more.
Because I'm backwards, Jason.
Yeah, that's true.
And everybody else is like, oh, I want this and I want this and I want this. And I'm like, oh, dear God, no, I don't want any of that. Oh,
I want this over here. And everyone's like, why? Yeah.
exactly. And then we're back to the do you need to know my why?
Yeah. Yeah,
Go
exactly.
away with the why.
It's because
Let's
I
just get
want
to
it.
the how. Can we get to the how, please?
Right.
Because that's where I need to be. This fire horse came in and I have 3 in my chart. And I went, so
A lot of fire.
giddy up, MFers. Let's go.
Yeah. Right.
Let's make this work. Make it happen. Now, 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 go.
Tomorrow. That's yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest, I'm sorry if it's annoying to everybody that my hair is in my face, but it's in my face and I keep trying to with it. I'll make sure that it's better next week. Don't judge. Uh One of the things that I noticed is that a whole bunch of other people are also giddy upping.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And I'm
Giddy up,
going,
giddy up.
okay, is it going to last? Is it only
Yeah,
going to be through April? Because if it's only going to be through April, then we have to take advantage of the opportunities now.
that's true. Because the momentum will stop.
Talking to Bonku last night about moving forward and getting property and how we can adjust with the different things that may or may not be on the property.
Hmm.
Uh, Getting shipping containers and being able to put all of our stuff in it and then lay it out and move what needs to be moved where. It's out of the rain, it's out of the snow, it's out of the heat, it's out of the, well, I don't know if it's out of the heat. If it's a sunny day in a metal container, it probably will be pretty hot in there.
True, yeah. Especially when the humidity comes. Yeah,
Uh, but, you know, when, I mean, we're coming upon spring, so it's not going to be that hot.
that's
But
good.
finding ways in my mind to be uh finding the how.
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily that that's what we're going to do. That's a possibility.
Right.
My thing is that I'm constantly naming the possibilities. And then Bonku thinks, well, that's what you want to do. No, it's just a possibility. I was just naming the possibility. Are we
Well,
okay
you're
with that?
naming that
Oh,
you're
okay.
naming the how that comes to your mind.
Exactly.
Because if you're like, what's the how? Well, that's a how.
Yeah,
Anything,
exactly.
that's what you got.
Right. Um, being able to put up biodomes.
Yeah,
Like they grow way faster than a garden bed that's outside, that's not, you know, uh, and I'm pretty excited about that. We will have potatoes in no time. And it is a for real thing. You can grow potatoes in the air.
so I think that happened. Yeah,
And it is like you don't get like, a little bit. You get 100 pounds
yeah.
at a time. The hell are we going to do with 100 pounds of potatoes? I'm going to need more recipes.
Idea.
But the idea of being able to grow our food
Yeah, that's huge.
immediately, like have shelter immediately, be able to do classes immediately, be able to set up labs and use all of the resources that we have at our fingertips currently that we can't use. Like all of those hows are happening all at once for me. So I see that we can do this, or we can do this, or we can do this, or we can do all of them together. But that's a motivation for me.
Mm.
And Bonku keeps saying, but we have to do this first. I know that. While I'm working on this, these are the things that motivate me to keep working on this thing over here.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's important. Because if you're not motivated, nothing's going to get done.
Oh dear God, if I'm not motivated, I will bring the whole world with me. It's the I don't want to,
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
but I don't
you know,
want to do
it,
that.
I
I don't want to do that because I don't like it. I don't want to do that.
do that a lot. I don't like that. You mean I have to do that? I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. That's not fun.
That's not my. That's not me. That's what I say a lot. That's not me.
That is not my chart, obviously.
Right. Like, well,
I
there
don't
I
do
go
those
with my.
things until, I recognize that I do, and then I have to own up to it.
Yeah,
Great. It's
my
seriously,
identity.
it's like AA. It's like the 12-step program. Uh, I remember somebody coming to me and apologizing, like making amends like they do in AA. And uh okay. I didn't know what to do with that. Because you know, I'm somebody is crappy to me. I'm crappy to other people. I'm crappy to them. We all have our own habits. If I have to apologize for everything that I've done wrong to somebody, I will never do anything else.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. And then you got to
And
remember all the things.
and then what about all of the times when somebody thought that you did something crappy to them or I did something crappy to them and I didn't think it was crappy?
Well, yeah, maybe
My
you're helping.
intention was totally different than the outcome that they saw.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I had that experience this week myself, where I was basically helping because that's what I'm supposed to do, advising. Said, okay, so if you want to go from here to here, I would suggest that you get this help over here to get you there because this is going to get you there. But if you don't, then we can make shift and piecemeal and do all this other stuff to get you there. But the strat, if you want to do this, then you should take advantage of this while you can. If you don't, we could do this. But then it was like, well, no, we already decided on this, and we're going to keep going because once a decision is made, we don't change the decisions. And I'm like, well, that's me. And
That's amazing.
here I am giving the opposite advice of what me on the other end would ever take. And then, that plays with your head because now you're in a mirror and you're like dealing with your old self with your new self and then realizing that your old self you're like getting frustrated at your old self, but it's not you, it's another person, but it is you because you're dealing with yourself and it's all in here anyway. It's just weird, you know.
Uh, I have change in my chart where the highest beliefs live.
Mm-hmm.
So I reserve the right for that belief to change, whatever it is, because I know that it's going to change.
Right.
As long as I am in charge of that change, I'm okay with it. It's when I get blindsided by change
Yeah.
that I'm sent reeling, and it could be for days. And I'm going, where did that come from? How?
Mm-hmm.
How does that fit? Why does that fit? Who? Where? Who? Okay. So when I meet somebody that has change in their beliefs, at first I'm like, oh, I totally recognize that. That's cool. And then I go, oh, ew. because their beliefs are constantly changing. And if they are not in control of it, they're constantly, wah! And that was exactly how I was. It's hard to watch somebody do that, knowing that that's what you used to do, and knowing that there's nothing that you can do to shift that until they want to shift it.
Yeah, and I realized that too. So I had to shift myself to deal with that because I know how I used to be. You can argue with that. That ain't gonna get you anywhere. That's just gonna dig in stronger and stronger and stronger, and that's a waste of time. So you got to like maneuver around that just to fix that problem over here. And it's like, and then they get angry and at you because you're telling them things they don't want to hear, and it's scary for them. But at the same time, what you're telling them is actually going to get them what they want quicker and more success than this hard stance that was made 2 weeks ago with the information you had 2 weeks ago. But since 2 weeks has passed, new information has come in, and the new information is like, well, what we thought was going to happen 2 weeks ago actually doesn't. It's not a good path. So the better path now is this.
And
Whereas before,
that's
I could never
Bonku.
pivot. Yes, Bonku.
He
He's
pivots,
constantly doing that.
and he
Constantly.
pivots based on the conditions. He
Yeah.
pivots based on the people that are in front of him and what they're willing to do. Um, so my question is, what do they have in their beliefs? Is it an 8, a 5?
I believe it's a 9. They got the self is a 6, and the deities is a 9, and the world of people is a 5. So the 9's going to burn the self and then feed the humans. But if it's defiled on that yellow and the humans, that's going to feed the 6. So it's like a perpetual thing. That is, if I was given the correct information, because I
Okay,
did that. I did to calculate, but I don't ever know if anyone's giving me the right information.
right. But if you look
Right.
at that, so that 9 would be a volcano,
Okay, no, yeah.
right? So what do you do with a volcano? How do you quell it?
Well, you're not going to use water. That's going to explode.
That would explode. But
Right.
Earth,
Earth, yes. Would if you put earth on it, it'll yeah, that'll help because it'll solidify into a new earth. Kind of, it'll turn to ash, but
so who do we know that would be a good fit for them to feel good about changing that?
Bonku is who I know. But other than that,
Bonku, Namtos,
Oh, you're talking about them, yeah, yeah.
or
Namtos, he's yellow, sure. Yeah,
or
it's generosity,
right? Going
right?
into Namtos and giving them.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, even today, like I'm dealing with this how problem, and I'm taking my walk as I normally do, and I'm doing Vajra Rahi, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
I freaking love her.
yeah, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she sticks a head on me. Like I didn't stick it on me; she stuck a head on me, and then all of a sudden, when the head went on me of the person, what I forgot is I need to put a head on to see what I need to do from that perspective, and I didn't do that. That's a tool that I didn't use. So she did it for me and just put the head on, and I saw, oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, thank you. But I've never seen her do that before. That was really cool. That was a really profound moment for me because I didn't put the head on. She put the head on. So she's helping me. And it's like, hey, dude, you forgot your tool. There you go. Oh, yeah, that's what I need to do.
It's a much cleaner view when our head is not in our hiney.
Right. It's because I got the wrong identity on trying to solve the problem, which we learned in this class. There's the difference between when your identity and your role doesn't mix. I'm trying to fulfill a role over here with the wrong identity. So what I got to do is change the identity to match the role.
There is if you are in need of systems for your company and you're on LinkedIn, message me and I will introduce you to somebody that is really incredible at it. But that being said, audience, if you need that, um, that being said, this guy has incredible ways to be able to break down the systems that need to happen inside of a boardroom. But when we look at it, when I break this down, it is personal. It is your personal boardroom. It is your business boardroom. It is the world. It is the politics. It is the all of the things need to be done in a way where the systems are designed to allow you to move forward towards the goal that you have set. If you have people around you that don't want you to succeed or don't want you to succeed in a way that they're uncomfortable with, then you won't succeed.
Sure.
But if we have entities like Vajravarahi and Namtos and Vajrasattva and Vajrakalaya and Kurukula, and the list goes on and on and on. If we keep them with us and we ask their opinion or ask them for help rather than going to somebody that can't give us that bigger view,
Right.
we'll be okay. My biggest problem is when I start to ask humans that can't see as big as me what it is that they see. Well, they're going to show me the details and they're going to tell me what it is that they see that I'm doing wrong.
Right.
I didn't ask for what I was doing wrong. I asked for your view. And if your view is that I'm doing something wrong, then I got to go find somebody else.
Well, because their view is focused on what's wrong, not what's right.
And I'm looking at it like, okay, I know that this isn't working. Is it not working because of a system? Most likely, because I didn't design the system to support my success.
Yeah.
So waking up in the morning and doing my exercises and doing my mantra and making sure that Max has what he needs and allowing for the day to unfold in a good way. Those are my goals for the morning. If something comes up and maybe I woke up late or maybe Max doesn't want to, and that's a possibility. We all get in the I don't wannas. Okay. So even if he doesn't want to, that's okay. Even if he doesn't want to wash his face and brush his teeth, he still has to stand there and watch me.
Right.
9 times out of 10, he'll either get so bored that he doesn't want to, or, he'll join in, or 30 seconds into it, and he's like, he wants to help. He wants to help me brush my teeth because I help him brush his teeth. He wants to help me brush my face because I help him. So then I say, well, okay, let's just start with you. You splash water on your face, and then you do this, and then I'll do this, and then we'll, brush a brush over here and brush a brush over here, and then we continue like that until we're all done. Adding music to it, adding reciting Dr. Seuss, like all of these things add up to success in that environment. If I don't set up a system where I have a fallback plan, I just get upset.
You get that.
So as
Yep.
long as I have a system of success where I say, okay, if this doesn't work, I have a fallback. And if that doesn't work, that's okay. I'm still going to get done what I need to get done. It just may not look the way that I wanted it to in the beginning.
Yeah. So you did get to where you wanted to go. You just took a different route. But in the
I
end,
did.
you got to where you want. You got your goal. You got what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. It didn't go according to plan. Yeah.
And that's, I'm recognizing that I don't have to burn it all down just because one thing didn't work the way that I wanted it to.
Right. Yeah. That's a huge lesson. Yeah.
Because that's my fire. I'm like, oh well, snip
Burn
snip,
it
bitches.
down.
I don't care. Like I'm gonna do whatever I want now because this didn't work.
Right. And I'm
Okay,
just like, I'm going to keep pounding at this thing until it actually works. And I'll just take the rest of my life doing it. And I'll force it to work if I have to. It doesn't work. That's what I'm
oh
trying
my
to get away
gosh.
from. And then I
Uh,
get angrier. It doesn't work. This didn't work. This didn't work. And I'm over here trying at this angle. This. Well, let me try this over here. Let me blow it up. Let me. I'm just trying. I'm like the wily coyote trying to get the roadrunner.
and I'm the road runner that's like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. You're like me,
I don't
me.
care.
And I got my little sign going down. Whoop! Acme, blow me up. There we go.
There was a all right, so here's a funny. Do you remember in those old Bugs Bunny cartoons
Yeah.
where Elmer Fudd would be
Oh, the
uh
gun guy.
he would be the hunter and okay, I'm gonna go, it's
I'm
duck
gonna go
season. I'm
get me
gonna
a
go get
rabbit.
me a duck.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
Daffy Duck would come along and he would change all the signs.
yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah.
in this one episode, he changed all the signs, and Bugs Bunny, who obviously didn't want to be hunted, changed them all back. And then they went back and forth like that. And then somehow Daffy Duck said, okay, it's now rabbit season. And he dressed up like a rabbit to point to the other rabbit. And then Elmer Fudd blew him up again and again and again and again and again. Daffy Duck never died.
Like, he just lost his feathers. Went,
Right? Or his duck bill would be like on top of his head
yeah, yeah.
and he'd have to situate it back. Max was so confused. He's like, Mom. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Is it funny to you? It's like, no.
That's not supposed to happen. Yeah.
He's like, I don't I don't get it. And I'm going, okay. So when I look at things from that perspective, if it doesn't follow a specific kind of logic for a person, it's not going to be funny, or it's not going to make them
Right.
angry, or it's not going to, make them sad, or whatever it is.
Mm.
Um, one of if you've never seen The Notebook and you don't want to know, this is a spoiler alert. So if fair warning, you can shut it off now and then turn it back on in 2 minutes. So in The Notebook, the story is about Noah and Allie and how their relationship comes together and how they end up getting married and they have kids, and it's wonderful. But she gets Alzheimer's. So Noah has to remind her what happened. And he reminds her every night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's got photo books and he's got all of these things. And she remembers at some point. And she's, oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten you? And then, it's wonderful. Okay, cool. So he goes through an entire lifetime of loving her and trying to keep her and wanting to be with her, but she's argumentative and she pushes all of his buttons, and he makes her a better person. I'm in the movie theater and there is not a dry eye in the house except for the guy that I'm sitting next to. This didn't tug at your heartstrings. This didn't make you feel some kind of way. Like
Yeah.
you don't recognize that this woman is forgetting her life and like you don't know nothing. He goes, I don't get it. I don't have enough paper or crayons to be able to explain this to you. So we're gonna leave it.
Zero emotional intelligence on that one.
Um, I, I would just, but I thought that it was so interesting because when I think about that, and when I think about the Bugs Bunny thing, and I think about what's happening in the world right now, people have a specific view. And if that view is not met, they don't get what's happening in front of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Uh, the uh, uh, the Ayatollah Khomeini.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Am I saying
Right.
that right?
Yeah. Well,
He
there's
was
depends on the pronunciation, but yeah, how I would say it. So,
I. It's a it's the gentleman with the turban and he's got a
yeah, from
beard and
Iran.
and
Right.
and he was blown up recently. So people have uh, a specific view based on their experiences and where they come from and all the things, right? So
Right.
some people are sad, some people are happy, some people are indifferent, some people are, you know, they make jokes or, whatever the case is.
Hmm.
But this guy over here that's sad is not going to understand why this person over here is happy or why this person is making jokes or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And they're probably going to get angry about
Exactly. And it's all going to end in anger
it.
because nobody wants to stand in somebody else's shoes. The person that's making jokes might be making jokes because he's so uncomfortable. He doesn't know how to deal with
What's going on? Right.
what's going on. And that's his go-to.
Yeah.
Maybe he makes jokes about everything. But the guy that's sad over here doesn't care. You're making jokes about my sadness. No, I'm making jokes about the stuff that I see in the world. And
Right.
I don't have a different coping mechanism.
Yeah, that's all you got. Yeah. I mean, I saw that play out yesterday online. Um, Someone in some group said, now we're in another war. And basically, I'm paraphrasing here. We're in another war, and all of you people who are pounding your chest because we're in a war and we're all like, we're superior Americans, you're all horrible people, and you need to like go ahead and kill yourselves because you're such disgusting people that you would cheer on that we have to go to another war. I was in a war, and my buddies died. And you are a coward and a weakling if you're going to sit back, not go to war yourself, and choose to go and pound your chest that we're at war and we're superior because we're Americans and all. But you choose to sit in the sidelines and cheer this on. Well, we go out and die, and I lose my buddies. But you're all a bunch of cowards, and you all need to die. Basically, is what he said. It's like so that's like one person's over here doing this because that's all they know. That's their coping mechanism to do that. It's inappropriate, but it's groupthink too. So they're in a group doing the thing, and the other person's all they're doing what you said. They're all sad about it because it brings up memories of them losing their buddies in other wars, and then they have to make a comment saying you're a horrible person because you're cheering this on. And then they butt heads, and it's a constant big blow up. And it's just weird how that's happening everywhere.
About everything.
Everything.
It doesn't like they're arguing about autism.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down. According to the spectrum, everybody that doesn't like broccoli has autism. So, all right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's one thing, but how to treat it. Well, how about you look at the person that has it and you go from there.
Yeah.
Like there's no other there's no other way to do it. Um, I had a whoa moment when I realized that the staff at Max's old school was using ABA therapy to get him to do something. But they used it in a way that was absolutely horrible. They had all been trained to use this kind of therapy. And some people will use it in a way where it is supportive and uplifting, and they get them to understand what it is that they're doing and why, and then move them forward. The hows, the all of the things, right? The whens, the whos. We do this for a specific person at a specific time. Now is not the time, and that is not the person, and et cetera, et cetera. But there's the other side of it where they use shame and guilt and horrible attributes of their own that they put on a kid, and they tell him that he's being a big baby, or he's the only one that ever feels this way. What? That's ridiculous. First of all, we have 8 billion people on the planet, and this kid's the only one that feels that way. All right, cool. So I look at this and I say, if we do that, if we treat every single person that has an aversion to broccoli in one kind of way, first of all, we don't know the person. We'll never get to know the person because our filters are blocking us. Second, we're not going to be able to get past our own filters if we're constantly reinforcing the ones that we already have. What? I don't want that.
No, I was trying to get away from that.
Right?
Those filters
And
have
then
not gotten me where I want to go. So they need to go.
exactly. And then I say, okay, I know I don't want that. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for Max. So what do I want? Well, I want to be able to work through my habits and my filters and all of my things. What's the best way that I can do that and still be a great mom? There's my
Good
how.
question. Yeah, yeah. I say
How do
I
I
don't
get
know how.
from A to B?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how. Kind of the problem.
Oh my gosh. We're a pair, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's like earlier today. I was like online, and someone said, "I there was some woman. She did some art, and I said, this is really excellent art. It's appreciating her art." And then I wake up today, and there's some bozo shows up and tells me he tells me that I'm so stupid, I don't even know that I'm being a simp, and I need to correct myself and look and truly look at myself. And I'm like, well, I don't even know what that means. So I'm looking up the word. What is a simp? I don't even know what that is. It's basically someone who compliments who it's a guy who is nice to a woman and says complimentary things, and therefore he's a beta male. And the guy pointed out is alpha. So he's pointing out that I'm a beta male because I dare compliment a woman on what she's doing. And I'm
Oh
like,
my Lord.
so this is a problem for you? I complimented a woman on her art, and that automatically makes me a beta male, and it's your job to point it out to me that I'm not being an alpha male like you. I'm like, I'm sorry
And
for you that
so,
you can't notice what a normal nice human being looks like. I'm sorry.
or the fact that I mean, he just proved his beta-ness right there.
Yeah,
Or
exactly. That's what. Yeah.
what's the other one?
Oh, there's like there's all these what's the beta male and the alpha male and all this. There's all
It,
kinds of there's a other one too.
I can't
Um,
remember what it's called, but
yeah,
um, keep going down, buddy, because
yeah,
you're definitely not at the top. Like if I put something out there and somebody compliments it, yay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like,
right.
but
It's like you have to go call out people. You weren't even invited.
Wow.
It's like just for making a comment. That's really cool art. I really like that. Well, you're just trying to get in her pants. It's like, no, I'm just telling her that I like her art. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the world has gone nuts. And it's just a
Real.
troll, but and I just ignored it and moved on. But it's like I noticed the things that people do, and I go, that's a very interesting, perspective, actually.
Right? Welcome to
Right,
Penna, where the masks are falling off. Like this is
right.
crazy. Um, I had to this past week, I had something happen that I kept trying to make emotional because that's my habit, but it wouldn't take. I was so far into my awarenesses that I just couldn't make it work. I couldn't get upset about it. And I was like, uh. And I told Bonku about it. He's like, yeah, that okay. And I'm like, now what do I do? He's like,
I
go
started
on.
firing with it. Yeah,
Right? Like I figured with my fire horses, I was gonna be like,
right.
uh-uh.
But you got a wet match. Right,
Like, nope. Okay, I'm
that's
just gonna
good.
keep focusing over here. Just gonna keep
Right.
focusing over here. I I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I really thought that, something big that happened would have, I don't know, given me something from it. Like I would have had some sort of chemical reaction to it. I didn't.
That's good.
I and I when I first saw it, I was like, huh. And then nothing. I was like, I don't know what to do with this. this is this is also new and I don't know what to do with this either. Um,
Right.
but it
And you
was
tell Bonku, and he's like, "Yeah, that's normal." You're like, "There's no, yeah, that's the normal day in his world."
going, okay, this is yeah, I don't know.
Right. It's like that's great.
Good gravy. Yeah. Like,
Right.
so why is that a big deal?
Yeah.
I'm going because I'm not reacting the way that I would have, like,
Right. I'm
just
excited about
six
this.
months ago,
Yeah.
right? Like, I I I want to feel some kind of way, but I don't. So I guess I'm just gonna go back to work because I don't feel some kind of way, you
Yeah.
know?
That's boring. Yeah.
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 Like there was no catalyst for the ignition of the something and nothing happened.
Yeah. And then you just got to throw it over here and move on. It's like, but that's a major event.
Right, exactly,
Right.
exactly. And
Right.
I mean, if it's a major event, it should
You
know.
celebrate it. Yeah.
Or, or just, like when you lose a loved one, like the
Sure.
tears should fall,
Yeah. That's a major event too. Yeah.
right? And nothing,
Nothing. It's interesting. Okay.
right?
Right.
Like like we're moving forward with Predatorcraft and we're getting more people involved and we're talking to a whole lot of people. And when they start to get interested and they start to ask questions and you know yay,
That's always the best thing. Yeah.
right.
Normally they don't ask questions and they're not interested. So if you can get them interested in asking questions, then it shows that you're making progress, which is exciting.
And
Right.
right, so I feel like I should be like having a ticker tape parade at this point.
Right.
And instead I'm like, all right, let's dig in.
Yeah. Let's just work more.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's, you know, okay, now
Yeah.
now the ball is rolling. Let's make sure it keeps rolling.
Mhm.
Whereas before I would have had a 2-day celebration, you know?
Steak and lobster all around. Woo!
Right?
Tempting. Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. Um,
Right.
but nope.
Nope. Oh, that's crazy.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's habits. They're weird.
Yeah. But that's why we're here. We talk about habits. So we always talk. This is basically how we talk. When we talk, this is like a normal conversation for us. So we welcome you into our conversations. We're out of time, so we have to
We
wrap
are.
up. But
We are out
but
of
we
time.
this is how we roll, just in regular conversations, even off camera. But so if you're interested in this kind of stuff, this is what we do, and you're always welcome to be a part of it.
And if you have any questions, if you want to know more about anything that we talk about, the classes that we've gone through, the deities that we talk about, how we got to the point where we understand the why, or we understand the how, or we know what it is that this is, or what it looks like, please ask questions. If you don't want to ask us, go to Bonku, ask him. He's
Yeah,
full
I
of knowledge.
absolutely, and he can help you like really fast.
Yeah,
Like he's done that for me many, many, many times, and I didn't even know he's doing it most of the time.
because it's just a conversation.
Just a conversation, but he does a lot in a conversation that you can't even see he's doing that's helpful to you.
Absolutely, yes.
And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, I we had this conversation, and then all of a sudden, all this stuff happened over here that helped me in what we were talking about in the conversation. He's like, yep. But I didn't see you do it. I didn't say we just had a conversation. Yep. Okay. Well, I like that. Let's keep going in that direction.
Right?
But same thing can happen to any one of you out there.
Absolutely. And it
Yeah,
does.
and it
There's a
does.
lot of people that have that feeling, they have a
Mm.
conversation with Bonku, and then suddenly things start to open up to them, and they can
Yeah.
start to see more.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It is really cool. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that, let us know because we always put all of our contact information around here, around the video. You can find us. We have an email. I even started putting all of our Facebook links there too. So if you want to click us on Facebook, you can talk to us as well. So
Absolutely.
we're there if you want to talk to us, and we want to hear from you. So please do.
Excellent.
Excellent. So until next week, this is Jason Lancaster, Starbuck Jones. We're happy you joined us, and we look forward to speaking to you again.
See you soon.
Bye. Thank you.